So many times you will feel like you failed, but in the eyes, heart, and mind of your child, you are super mom. Stephanie Precourt. Welcome to Mama's Playground. This is Darlene.
And this is Monica.
How are you, Monica, this morning?
I am very good. How about yourself?
I am good. And let's talk to our listeners about what we're going to be talking about because today it's a very special day.
Yes. So we kind of veered off into a different topic for this month because we did say we were going to dedicate the full month to mental health awareness for the month of May. But there's a very, 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 very special date that it's coming around, and it is
Mother's Day.
Yes.
So today we are going to celebrate our moms. We're going to celebrate our friends that are moms. We're going to celebrate ourselves.
We're going to also celebrate those that are not moms, but are moms to other people's kids.
Exactly. Yeah. Because people tend to think when they think about moms, they picture the mom, the woman with the children, 1 kid, 2 kids, whatever. But I don't know. I feel that I want to mention those women also that have never been able to have a kid, but they have that in their hearts. And I know of personal experience because at one point in my life, I was told that I couldn't have babies. And I remember crying myself to sleep thinking, why would the doctor tell me this? Like, I feel that I'm a mom. I know I'm going to be a mom. It's something that I have in my heart. It's something that I have inside of me. And I was told that it wasn't going to happen. And a month later, I found that I was pregnant. So for those women also out there that have been told that you cannot not have babies, you might be able to. So just keep the faith and pray a lot for that. But yeah, we have to acknowledge those women that carry it in their hearts, the motherhood, that instinct. Also, the women that didn't have babies, but they became stepmoms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then the dog moms. You're a dog mom now.
Oh my God. And I was a dog mom before my kids. So those were my babies. I was actually going to say that. I was going to say, even the ladies that have pets and they keep those pets and they baby them and they take them to the vet and they care for them. I mean, it's like they're a dog mom, but it's kind of the same, it's like the same thing, you know, you're giving the same nurturing, the same caring, the same everything for something that's living, breathing, and is depending on you.
Yeah. And a lot of people do not have kids and they do have dogs, cats, pets. And you know what? We're just going to celebrate every mom out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. First of all, let's talk about our moms. Tell me something. Tell me about your mom.
I love my mom. I think everybody, well, if you have a good relationship with your mom, you typically say that. I love my mom. So my mom is, God, my mom for me is a huge example of how I mother my kids. So my mom's kind of a helicopter mom. Not kind of. She's a helicopter mom. Okay, and if you don't know what that is, well, we'll get into details.
We're going to get into that.
We'll get into details afterwards. But she is a helicopter mom in the sense that, I'm 42, my sister's 45. Till this day, my mom calls us to see how we're doing, sees what we need. If she comes to our house, she is helping us around the house without asking her. She literally comes into the house, sees that we have dirty laundry, gets in there, takes all the clothes, starts washing, starts folding, starts cleaning, everything. My kids' clothes, I could leave for 30 minutes to go pick something up. And if she's in my house, everything is done by the time that I get back. And when I tell her, why do you do that? Like, you're stressing yourself out. You should be calm. And she says to me, no, so that you could have time. So that when you get back, you can have time and you can relax and you could spend time with the kids and have more, time to do things, not doing chores. So I'm not saying that that's the only reason why
I was going to say, can I invite her over to my house?
But she's just a really nurturing mom, and she's a mom, I want to say, because of her and throughout the years of my life, everything that she has told me over and over, because she's always talked to me a lot about everything. She's always been somebody that has told me to not be so quick to judge. So I have that voice in the back of my head all the time. And sometimes I want to think things are like this, the way that I'm seeing it. And then I have to stop myself because my mom's voice literally comes into my head and says, not everything is the way that you think, Monica. And that has also helped me to be more compassionate, to be more open and not so judgy. I would say a lot of people tend to be judgy. You say something and they're already, ugh. But no, that has actually been a blessing in my life because I've met a lot of people and got to hear a lot of people's stories and this and that and really understand how people are without judging them from one little thing that they said or did or so on. And I give it to my mom because my mom
that's beautiful.
Yeah, my mom has always told me, like, stop juzgando, niña, no juzgas, tú no sabes la historia. I'm sorry if you're listening in English, but you don't know somebody's story. You don't know somebody's story. You don't know, what they've been through, etc. And, so that's one thing that really stands out to me about her, that she's somebody that, she is very accepting, let's say, of people.
That's great. She finds the best in people. And is that something that you find yourself passing on to your sons?
I do.
That type of mentality and knowledge.
I do. I want to say that I do. I listen, when I was younger, I was very explosive, very, everything. And with time, with age, with a lot of work on myself and, it's for Mother's Day. So because of my mom and her advice to me and so on, I want to say that, that I am trying to instill that within my kids, and they're small, again, 2 and 5, but Jacob that comprehends a little bit more. I'm always like, baby, well, this kid said, well, ask him, like, why did he say that?
Yeah.
Go a little bit further. Don't just automatically assume that he didn't want to play with you. You know what I mean? Maybe he's having a bad day. Maybe, so I try to give benefit of the doubt.
That's
to other people.
Very beautiful quality and something really nice to teach them. Even when you're on the road and somebody cuts you on the road, I know that, the first instinct is like, I'm not going to say bad words to them.
Yeah.
But to teach them, you never know what happened. I try to go to that place so I don't go crazy on the road, especially here in Miami, especially driving here this morning. But yeah, thinking about maybe this person has to go to the bathroom. I don't know. This person is late. This person has a sick child at home, and I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they're just being assholes.
That could be that could be true. So there's the thing. So I'm gonna put a little parentheses there. Mm-hmm. Not that this is not from my mom. This is my advice now. First time, okay. Second time, okay, maybe they're having a bad day. And the third time, to me, it's like, now you're, and then you got to cut it. But that's another whole topic that I just want to put it out there that you're also not going to be an idiot, and, everybody's and let everybody walk over you. Yeah, but you also need to have some compassion and so on. And that I've been taught from my mom. I'm going to give you one little glimpse of that very quickly.
Yeah.
Me and my sister are very, very different. Mm-hmm. So when I complain about my sister, let's say to my mom, I'm like, because she's like this, that. My mom is like, remember, this is her words. Monica, remember, not everybody's the same. Everybody has different things. Your sister thinks this way. You think that way. You really have to ground and see that she's not seeing it the way that you are.
Wow.
And those are the things that I realize that I do actually on a daily basis. Like even in my place of work, when I see conflict in between two people, I am the one telling these people, not for anything, but I'm the one that's saying, hey, listen, maybe they're having a bad day. They're not always like that. I'm like the mediator, and I don't know. I think that's a nice quality to have and a nice quality to work on, so.
And to pass it on to our children.
Definitely.
I love that. I love that. My mom, I'm going to talk about my mom too.
Of course.
Her name is Irma. She was born in Puerto Rico, raised in New York. She's from the Bronx. Sometimes
she's got attitude.
A little bit. Sometimes I'm like, Mom, leave the Bronx behind. Today we're here. We're in Miami. But one thing that she's taught me, and I think I talked about this in our last episode, it's, you could be friends with your mom.
Absolutely.
And I've always been able to tell her everything. And it's just having that support from her. She's a great listener. Sometimes more of a listener than a talker because she's married to my dad who, if you know him,
he likes to talk.
He likes to talk. And so it's actually a good balance between the two of them. So my mom has always given us, that trust. And she didn't have that with her parents. And she always said, when I have kids, I want to be able to give them, the trust that they're going to do the right thing. And that's very important, especially
And she's
when
still here for you.
Yeah, still.
Luna and all
And
that.
I talk to my mom, oh my God, like 3-4 times a day. I'll call my dad and he'll be like, what happened? You call your mom and she didn't answer.
Oh my God, me too. That's what my dad says. Your mom, she's busy doing something.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's our support. And yeah, I love my mom. We love you, moms. I wanted to bring them over, but you said that your mom probably wouldn't do it because she's super shy.
She's super shy, and she'll be super like, how do you say, like very like penosa, like very shy because she has an accent, My mom's from Spain, so my mom has a heavy, thick accent, even though she's been here for a long time, but she still has an accent, so she gets very shy with using words, in English or
Has
whatever.
she heard me speak before?
I mean, but she'll be like, oh, but you speak good English, and she gets shy. Even though she speaks it, she gets shy. But yeah.
So, as a mother, have you, I think in another episode you mentioned that you didn't always think about being a mom, that wasn't something that you wanted.
I didn't, not that I didn't want, it's just something I didn't think of. Like, so I was very selfish, and when you're younger, you're doing your stuff, you want to go out, you want to have fun. I was, in a previous relationship where I was married, and I got married young. I took on a little girl. Yeah, he had a daughter, and I took that on very young. And, again, my mom would come to me, and she'd be like, he's such a nice guy, this and that, but are you sure what you're doing? Like, are you sure what you're doing? You're not ready. You're 20 years old. You're taking on a 6-year-old.
Oh.
And you just came out of mommy and daddy's house, and now you're going to be this mom all of a sudden, like instantaneous mom. And
At 21.
Yeah. I think it was even younger. It was like 19, 20.
I mean, nothing wrong with
at all. But I wasn't ready.
There's young, but yeah.
That's the
not
point.
Not every woman is ready at that age to be raising other kids.
Correct. And that I see, I saw it with, with time. I had to accept that, like, after we got divorced, after things separated, that things calmed down, because you always want to pick and say whose fault it was. But I think it was a matter of timing and all that. And I realized, like, I wasn't ready to be a mom then. So when I got divorced, then I started, just living it up, because I had basically been an old lady my whole life, to then now kind of be like, what do I do now? 28 years old, 29, without the responsibility of a kid, without this. And I started living it up. And I was like, I don't want kids. No, I don't want kids. No, I don't want this. This is the best life. Until I turned about 35.
Yeah. And I think that's very common.
Ticking.
I think that's very common when women hit the 30s. They're already, let's start settling down, and you've lived, you've traveled, you dated, and you have more experience, and like they say, the clock starts ticking.
Yes, and it was such a weird thing too, because I never had the clock ticking ever. I never felt that and I could still feel that feeling of like, I'm like 30. I had my first kid at 36. I was like 35, and I was like, ooh, like, I don't have any kids. Maybe now's the time. And then it started. And it wasn't like I was on the clock. What? No, it happened naturally, thankfully, after, a lot of things that occurred prior. But yeah, there was something inside of me that said, I want to be a mom now. Like, I don't know if I was, people said, oh, now at 36, like, why? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you can be a mom first time at 47 if you wanted to these days, So, but anyways, yeah.
I've always wanted to be a mom. Oh my God. As a little girl, I would put like pillows under my shirt and start walking like if I was pregnant, not knowing what it actually was, getting pregnant. But yeah, I always wanted to be a mom. That's why my heart broke when I was told that I couldn't have babies. And this was at 41. I remember the doctor one time saying, you're like me. You started late because of career. And I'm like, no, it happened because I found the man that I, fell in love with, and I wanted to have kids later in life. And we got married when I was, 39, 40? Anyway, when I was told that, I was, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, but I've been, planning being a mom since I was a little girl. Like, how can you tell me this? And then at the end, naturally, I had a baby. I got pregnant a month later. And now we have Luna. But again, for those of you that were told that you couldn't have babies, forget about the age. Forget about what people say. If you feel it in your heart, just go for it.
Yeah.
Find the treatment that you need. But it's so beautiful. I love being a mom.
So do I.
I love it.
I do.
I love it.
I was thinking this last night as I was making like Jacob's bed. I was like, I don't see my life without my kids. I think I don't remember what my life really was before kids. And as far as stress, and yes, you got to take care of 2 kids now, and you worry about them. And now it's just more like, and my mom used to tell me all the time. She's like, doesn't matter how old your kids are, you're never going to stop worrying about them. She's like, you can be 60, your sister can be 80, and if I'm still alive, I'm still going to worry about you guys, and I'm still going to want to be there. And maybe it's a type of parenting, because I've seen some other moms or some other friends where I've talked to them about their moms, and they're like, my mom doesn't do that. Like, my mom is definitely not so hands-on like yours. She would never do that.
Yeah.
So it's just different styles. Not that there's anything wrong with any of the styles, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's such when you become a mom, it's such an unselfish love. Everything
It is.
I remember my mom would take me shopping for clothes, and she would spend so much money, and I would always think, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Mom, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she didn't even buy anything for herself. Like, everything is for me, me, me. And now I do the same thing with Luna. I go to the store and I just forget about
Yourself. Forget
myself.
about yourself.
I go straight to, she needs leggings, she needs a dress. Oh, look at these shoes. And I mean, it's wrong. We also have to take care of ourselves. But it's just this thing that as soon as you have a baby, everything it's all
a mama
about,
bear.
It's
Like,
all about that kid. Yes.
you're a mama bear. You want to just
Yeah.
protect your kids at all costs.
Example, this morning.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy because that's another thing. When you're a parent, it's, life throws all these curveballs at you and these different circumstances, situations. And if you were planning to do this at this time, everything changes. We got here a couple of minutes late, which I hate being late, and you know that. But because in my case, and it's crazy because everything happened like so quick. I'm getting ready, and then I receive a phone call. First phone call, the one that I think every parent dreads, from school, that Luna had an accident in the playground, and she broke her lip, and she was bleeding all over the place, her dress. So I picked her up, and immediately at that point, it's like, you forget about everything. It's all about her well-being.
Absolutely.
Thank God it wasn't anything major. That's why we're here. And then you have your own story from this morning.
Oh my God. So yeah, I mean, but it was all today.
Yeah.
Crazy. It was like Murphy's Law. I don't
we
know
were
what it
sending
was.
each other voice notes like, this is happening. Oh, this is happening. This is happening.
No, and Darlene is like, we need to be there on time. Remember, I don't like to be late. And I'm like, oh my God. And then my sister-in-law sends a group message, like within the family chat or whatever, saying, hey, did you send Jacob to school today? And I was like, And it was just the tone of the text that I was like, oh my God, what is it? What happened? Tell me. And now she works in a school. So she hears things that are happening in the schools. And I was like, what's happening? And she wasn't answering me.
Does she get info from the entire school system?
No,
or?
I don't think so. But everybody hears things. Like if you're in the school system, I think that you hear, what's going on, whatever. But anyways, and long story, she sends that message and I was like, hello? She didn't answer. And I was like, no. So let me call the school because that message was not like normal message. So I called the school and I was like, listen, is there anything happening in the school today? Because I don't know, something's weird. My sister-in-law texted me and the girl said to me, no, mama, don't worry about it. Everything is fine. There was a hoax. Somebody had said that, we talked about this topic a couple of weeks back. I'm not going to get into it, but again, that somebody said that they were going to shoot up the school, and there was a whole message going around yesterday. And the first instinct, I was literally, when this happened, I said, I'm going to work out. And I was working out in my yard for like 30 minutes with Noah. And we were like doing exercises, and I get this text, and all of a sudden, everything just went. The podcast that we were going to come today to film, everything just went like, you know what?
Gone.
Forget about it. And I still picked them up. Even though they said that there was nothing, going on, that everything was fine, I still picked them up from school because I could not drive all the way over here, we're about an hour, 40 minutes away, let's say, where we're filming this. And be in my mind of something happening, me be here, I wasn't going to be calm.
Yeah.
My mind was going to be all over the place. So I literally went to the school, picked them up. I told Darlene, oh crap, I think we're going to be a little late again. And then she tells me the story about
it was for
Luna.
a good reason. Yes.
Yeah.
And I did pick her up at school too, and she's home. She's good with her daddy.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what mothers do.
Yeah.
Love our kids in the good and in the bad.
All of it.
So talking about mothers, okay, I have
Oh, this one's a fun one. You talked to me about this. Yeah,
This is a fun one. So we're going to talk about what type of mom are you?
Yes.
So
We should make a little quiz.
If you're listening, like think about it. So the first one, I'm going to read one and then you read the next one.
Okay.
The first one is the helicopter mom, which
Were you raising your hand or were you putting your hair back?
both. No, it's funny because I've always heard of this term, not in a good way. 'Cause
I know.
There's something about like the media and people they make fun of the helicopter mom. When I was reading it, I'm like, oh shit, that's me.
That's me. They can make fun of me all they want. I'm a
Yes.
helicopter mom.
Oh, yeah. But okay, so the helicopter mom, she's the one that's very involved in the daily activities, super hands-on, very supportive and loving. Something that I did like that I read about the helicopter mom, we have a really, I already say we, I'm already admitting it. We have a very close connection with our kids. And the kids know that mom has their back. And yeah, so we're aware of everything. Who you're talking to, who are your friends. But why do you think that people make fun of us? Of helicopter moms?
Man, I was having a conversation with another mom that was saying that, oh no, I'm super like tranquila. I'm super chill. I am super like fresca when, they fell. Now again, mind you, my kid falls. I'm not like, but Benjamin says that I make a huge show when they fall or something, and I'm like, oh, he's like, stop doing that. You're babying them. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm thinking is that if you're too like too cuddling or too, encima like of your kids, like on top of your
Pegajosa.
kids. Yeah, like that you're going to make them like be fragile. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is because I say to myself, I've been around a helicopter mom. My mom's a helicopter mom and I love her for it. You know what I mean? And I le quito mi sombrero, you know what I mean, to her because she's an awesome mom. Does she get on my nerves sometimes because she's so on top of me? Yeah, but I know she does it with love and she does it because she cares about me.
Of course.
And about my sister. And
of
all
course.
That,
That's why
so, I don't know.
Luna sometimes she's like, Mom, leave me alone. And I tell her, you know how I've always promised her that I'm going to take care of her. Siempre le digo, te cuido, te voy a cuidar, te estoy cuidando. So I say, what you don't like right now that I'm doing, I'm taking care of you. And you don't know that now, but you will in the future.
You definitely will.
And in a weird way, she kind of looks at me and then doesn't say anything, like she understands, which is great. So, okay, so we're helicopter moms, right?
We're helicopter moms, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm 100% helicopter. I'm like 60, 70.
Okay. And then, so next one.
Do you want me to read this one? Or you want to read that one?
Go.
Oh, I like this term. I'd heard this once before, but I wasn't too sure what it was. So you have the crunchy granola mom. Okay, so this is the one that uses essential oils, Darlene. Buys everything organic, cloth diapers, alternative medicine, knows all the remedies, Darlene, with her doTERRA oils. Definitely you here she scratched herself here. I have this oil that I did, just put it on her knee and rub it, Darlene.
I was doing that before coming here this morning. Fabian's talking to her and calming her down. And I have my...
You were mixing your stuff in the kitchen.
And I have my helichrysum oil and I'm putting it and Fabian's helping me with the Band-Aid. And it's, I'm going to cry. I'm laughing. I
want to be that mom. I love all the oils, but I'm just not organized enough to be that mom.
No, that's why I have a little bit from here because I do love the oils. I always, when something happens, I go straight to Google, who's actually my best friend. My best friend is Google. And I go, how to do this with essential oils. Everything is with essential oils. I have my section with all my oils. And every night I put eucalyptus in her room. And yeah, I'm all about the oils. I love them. About the cloth diapers, one time I looked into doing that. But no. I'm like, no.
Now that you say eucalyptus, I'm going to interrupt you there very quickly. Something my mom used to do back in the day, instead of the eucalyptus oil, and I still do to this day. No, she would buy, and she tells me all the time when the kids are sick, Monica, buy the leaves, the eucalyptus leaves, which you can't find everywhere, the whole leaves, not the crushed ones, the whole ones. And then you put them in a boiling pot of water. And she would literally boil them, and we would put a towel over our heads, and we would breathe in all the vape of the eucalyptus leaves. And that would literally help. But I can't get my kids to do it. They hate it. They hate it. Like, I bought the leaves and I tried to.
Okay.
And Jacob's like, mommy, my face is burning. My face is burning. So it's like, they won't do it. But
Maybe
anyways.
they'll like the oil.
Maybe they'll like the oil.
In a diffuser.
We'll try.
But in diffuser in the room. Like when I travel, I always like to bring my diffuser with my oils.
The Breathe. You have Breathe?
The Breathe, the frankincense, the Serenity. I am super endorsing doTERRA right now, but I love them. Those are the oils that I use. Yes, don't use oils that come with the diffuser that you buy on Amazon or any other store. Get them from a good
Source.
company. There's Young Living, there's doTERRA, there's one from Switzerland. I don't know the name, but yeah, it's very important, the oils that you put. Lavender is one that I don't put on her.
No. For sleeping?
No, I don't know if it's, I don't know how true it is, but that lavender is not good for girls because it has something where they start developing themselves earlier, like
I heard that.
the boobs and all that. So like everything, some people say it's okay, some people say it's not. I'm not gonna risk it, so I just put eucalyptus.
Nice.
So yeah, so we have a little bit of granola.
No,
Crunchy granola.
You're a helicopter mom with plus crunchy granola, like maybe like a 25% of crunchy granola because you don't use cloth diapers.
No. Yeah.
But anyways, so you're there. I don't know if I'm too much of a crunchy granola mom, but anyways.
Okay, so you're still with the helicopter. Okay,
Yes.
so now we're gonna go to the free range mom. That sounds like a chicken.
That's exactly what I thought.
Okay, less structured activities. They let the kids learn from themselves. They let go and they trust the kids. The kids are independent. They're problem solvers and creatives. It's like they know what to do.
Are you that type of mom?
No,
Honestly.
I'm trying to let go a little bit of just like being on top of her all the time because she's getting older and now she's like, Mom, I'm a big girl. So I'm kind of, but no, I'm not the free range. You?
I think I'm the free range, but then I'm told that I'm not. So I don't know.
No, probably.
Maybe I'm delusional.
Benjamin,
I don't know.
Probably your husband.
Oh, yeah. He's the free range for real. Like, he's the one that's like, yeah, they're jumping off the roof. Yeah, man, leave them. Who cares? Nothing's going to happen to them.
So that's the free. Are you a free range mom? Okay, next one, the do-it-all mom.
Okay, so I'm going to read this one.
Go for it.
And you tell me if you have any of this. So you are the juggler. You are keeping kids in as much activities as possible, Darlene. Soccer, ballet, jazz, singing, dancing, modeling. What else?
Baseball.
Oh my God, and baseball.
That's my favorite.
Let's see. You're rushing for pickups and drop-offs. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm here.
That's you.
Packs everything. I'm here. Is there on time? I'm always running late. First aid kit. First aid kit? Oh no, you meant first aid kit. You have a first aid kit in your car or something?
And guess what that kit has?
What?
Band-Aids and essential oils.
Oh, so I do keep a little thing of Band-Aids, like the little monster Band-Aids. So and I have Neosporin in there and all that in case they get cut, whatever. Let's see, first aid kit, and then you're a planner. And your time management and being prepared. So you do time management and you're super prepared. Giving kids experiences they will never forget. Yes, I think I fall in there.
I'm there.
I fall in there.
Probably more than the helicopter.
Yeah, I fall there. And I would say right now I'm like at a 50-50 because I'm not a free range mom.
No.
The free range mom, I'm not the free range mom, and I'm not the hippie one. What's the one? What was it? Crunchy granola one. I'm a helicopter do-it-all mom. Helicopter do-it-all mom. Okay, so we're like, we're almost there to like the last three, I think.
Okay, and then we have the fun mom. Oh, this is Roxana. Shout out to our friend Roxy, who was here in that episode that has to do with, oh my God.
Awakening the woman in you.
In you, yes, we had her. We love you, Roxy. So she's a fun mom. And, sorry, Roxy, but I am going to spill the beans. What it says about fun mom, wine at 10 in the morning. She's a socializer. no strict schedules or rules.
I kind of fall there.
Yeah, with their sleeping habits.
Yeah.
I know. We were talking about that on our way here. The fun mom has the best stories and jokes and has fun with friends. She's always laughing. She loves being spontaneous. Hey, I'm a little bit a fun of mom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You
You
too.
are.
Yeah.
I think that we could have wine at 10 in the morning. We probably would.
Yes.
It's just that, it'd probably be by ourselves. Because we're always like, I'd be with Noah and you'd probably be running around like with Luna somewhere,
Yeah.
Jacob
We're
will be in
fun
school.
moms.
I
We're
think
fun
so.
moms. It's a matter of incorporating,
I think so, Monica. I'm a fun mom.
yeah.
I'm a fun mom.
like you can have fun and then be helicopter mom at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have your wine and then just like watch.
This is where they say women are crazy. We're not going to get in. They're going to say, these women are crazy. They're all over the place.
Okay, so then we're not all crazy because now it's the laid back mom. You want to read that one?
Oh, goes with the flow and picks her battles. She has no mom guilt. She'll pick up baby's pacifier from the floor straight to the baby's mouth. No.
Especially now with the first kid because I've heard that, Okay, my question to you. With Jacob, who's the oldest, do you find that you were a lot stricter and more like paranoid that with Noah, that's younger?
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that he was more, he was more overprotected, more, oh my God, he needs to eat at this time. And now it's like, they didn't
Don't
eat.
touch him unless you have sanitizer in your hand.
I don't think I was ever to that point, though. I'm not such a germaphobe, you know what I mean, in that sense. But I was more like overprotective.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm overprotective over both my kids. But I think I'm a little bit more relaxed when it comes to Noah. And I think it's because, you already have the experience from the first one. So you know that maybe if you overstressed, now you don't need to overstress. You need to do A, B, and C to get what you want or what you need, or but you don't have to freak out over little things.
Yeah.
I think it's easier because you have somebody already to compare that
Yes.
to, and so you've learned.
And know that when they took the pacifier from the floor and put it in their mouth, hey, they're still here, they're alive, nothing happened.
Yes. Yeah. Or when they're in the park or something and somebody's drinking water and the other little kid takes the bottle from and they drink from the same cup and I'm like, oh, why'd you do that?
Actually, I think Noah has done it to Luna.
Yes, he did. And I was like, Noah, please. Like he grabs everybody's bottles.
It's fine.
And then they have boogers and I'm like, oh.
It's fine. But I've seen moms pick up the pacifier, put them in their mouth, and then give it to the baby.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
I don't know. I don't know what's...
No, I'd probably
wouldn't
rinse
do
it
that.
or something and then give it to the baby.
It's like, use your finger.
Oh, I love the
Suck on
next
your
one.
finger. No.
I love the next one. I'm getting
Okay,
super
you want to read it
excited.
then?
No, read it.
This is... Okay. I love that you love it.
I
'cause
love
do
it.
Too. The hot mess mom.
Oh, that's me.
Always
I'm raising my
running
hand.
late. She runs on reheated coffee and dry shampoo.
People at work will say that's me.
And but her heart and her priorities are in the right place. I could
me.
add there that it's a little bit of not being too organized.
Yeah. I think I want to say, okay, and you're going to say, Monica, stop making excuses. But it's not an excuse. Everybody's brain processes information, differently. Mm-hmm. And my brain, I want to do everything. Like I could be here talking to you, but if somebody over here is having a conversation, thankfully we have these headphones on. I would be listening to half the conversation that's going on over here.
Isn't that like ADD?
I guess.
Like the movie Up, when
Maybe
the squirrel comes.
Maybe I never got diagnosed, but I don't know. But then it's funny because at work, let's say where you have to be more I remember a friend of mine goes to me, I don't understand how you sell. And I go to him, what do you mean? He goes, I really don't know how you sell. He's like, you've got a crap load of papers everywhere on your desk. He's like, how do you know where all this mess? I go, the mess isn't here. And I do it somehow, some way.
She's pointing at her head.
Yeah.
The mess isn't here pointing at her.
The mess is I get it. I have an organized chaos mess, but yet I still get stuff done.
Organized chaos.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So that could be a category.
I guess we can make a category.
Yeah, organized, chaotic mom.
Are you going to say you're not a hot mess, Mom?
The always running late, no. But I'm always running. Like, I feel like I'm always rushing, and we get,
Rushed.
for example, for T-ball, for Luna's T-ball, I was always like telling my husband, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's go. We get there, we're the first ones, and then that's where I chill. And he's like, why were you in such a hurry? Because I like to be on time.
But you see...
But I wasn't always like that. I was
okay.
horrible before that. I don't know.
Maybe were your parents on time with you guys everywhere you went?
Probably not. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My parents
right now they are, yeah. Right now when I tell them come to the house at a certain time, they always come like 15 minutes earlier, which is great. I don't mind. But yeah, I think they are, but I don't know. I wasn't like that, and suddenly I just hate it. I always put, if I have to be somewhere at 1, I'll be okay at 12:45.
Believe it or not, you're going to think that that's not the case, but I am usually depending, if it's really like important stuff, I'm usually
Like if it's a party, you'll be there on time.
no, not a party, but somebody's baptism, somebody's communion, something of that sort. Like I'm like, we have to be there on time.
Yeah.
Benjamin is the one that I have to be like, hey, listen, like he's getting ready. I think we had this like in another episode. It's 1 o'clock and the event is at 1:30, and at 1:15 he'll be jumping in the shower. Although he's gotten so much better at it, but I think like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's also harder too, and you'll see what I'm saying, when you have a second kid. Why? Because the first one, I felt like I was more organized in a sense. Because I was also brand new, so there was things that I would forget because I didn't remember that I had to bring so and so in case that they spit up or stuff like that. But in this particular case, with 2 kids now and one being 2 years old and super rambunctious, he makes me late. Like we just had this conversation in the car over here. Like I had to take Jacob to karate yesterday, and I pick him up from school at 2:15, get home. I'm like, you need to eat. We have to eat. And I'm heating up the food, doing it so that Noah and him eat. And then by that time he has to be in karate at 3:30, okay, with his karate uniform on, everything. And I'm feeding them. And then before I know it, it's 2:45. I'm like, get up. Noah poops, then I gotta go change his diaper because he's not potty trained yet. And then he goes afterwards, after I dress him, he hides, and I'm trying to find him, and I can't find him anywhere. And I'm like, Jacob, where's Noah? Like screaming. And then by the time I found him, put them both in the car, got to the place, it was 10 minutes late to karate. And everybody knows me there already because of the mom. Like I'm literally holding Noah as a football, and Jacob is running inside the class. They know me. I'm the hot mess mom.
I was just going to say that. So that is the picture. Oh my God, we should do that picture of the hot
I am.
mess mom.
We need it.
Carrying your young son as a football for sure.
Yes.
You're a hot mess, but you look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so then we have here we go, the first time.
The first time mom. Okay, so this is a mom that reads all the books. My pediatrician says, you know how many? You've had one of these moms talk, my pediatrician said not to do that. Why are you doing that? My pediatrician said, I'm like, oh, shut that.
I used to be like, I read on Google because most of my friends have older kids. My sister has older kids. I started late, I had her later. So I didn't know where to turn because things change, products change. So I'm like, where do I go? So I was in all these chat rooms, all these Google searches.
Darlene, when you had Luna, it was like back in the day, like my mom said, we used to let you guys sleep on your stomach. There was no issue sleeping on your stomach. Is stomach or your back? I don't remember now. What is a SIDS thing now? Like now?
In the stomach. You're not supposed to put them in the stomach.
They have to be laying on their back.
Yes.
And my mom goes, back in our day, we used to put the kids on their stomach. And now you can't put them on their stomach. They have to be on their back all the time. And like things change all the time.
Now I'm confused.
Now I'm confused too. Is it back or stomach?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Anybody out there? Anybody?
Wait, this is okay.
With the SIDS, hold on. We forgot.
Okay, keep talking. I'm gonna Google
anyways,
this.
You know what I mean? So like now it's like, okay, no, you can't do this. Yes, you can do this. And so you have those moms that are the first time moms of my pediatrician says I can't do this. My pediatrician says I have to wake them up every 3 hours. My pediatrician says I have to do my pediatrician. And then there's a mom that's like, well, I'm a mom. And I've already been there, done that. And this worked just fine for me. And I didn't do what your pediatrician said. So, you've got that, like, you fall follow who you need to follow, or what you feel comfortable with.
Whatever works. For me, that page, what to expect when you're expecting, how they have a book. I never got to read the whole book, but I did go in the chat rooms and it helped me so much, because there were a lot of women that
I love that.
we're in the same stage that you were. Baby Center is another app. I believe it's babycenter.com.
Yeah.
That also, and they keep sending me messages. Oh, your daughter is 4. This is the stage. This is this. There's chat rooms.
Love
so there's so much online support right now. So I'm like,
I love to hear like from different moms and their things, because you know what? Lots of times I remember a coworker of mine, a friend of mine, said to me, "You want to put the baby to sleep? Get the hair dryer." You know what I used to do? And I was like, okay, the hair dryer. I was like, what do I need a hair dryer for? You know the white noise machines? Like if the white noise didn't work, like just grab the blow dryer and like put the blow dryer sound like that, and they would fall asleep. And I was like, I tried it once and Jacob fell asleep.
So you were just standing there with the blow dryer?
Yeah, I was like just putting the blow dryer in the air, and the noise, and he just finally fell asleep. I was like, wow, it worked. So many things you can learn from other moms.
Monica.
Never knock it.
That was 5 years ago. There were apps at that time, and there was
But he didn't fall asleep with the white noise. I had the white noise.
Oh my God.
I had
with
the little
blow
machine.
dryer.
Yeah, so I used the blow dryer. Anyways.
So I found it.
Okay.
Put your baby to sleep on his back every time until he's 1 year old.
You see?
It's not safe for a baby to sleep on his side or tummy. If your baby can roll from his back to his side or tummy and back again, it's okay if he changes positions while sleeping. Okay, so there goes the answer.
You see? I was so paranoid with that. But anyways, next one.
See, and we forget things.
I forgot.
Like, I completely forgot about that. My niece, that she has now a 6-month-old baby, she'll ask me questions. And you know what I have to do many times? I go to Amazon and I find, like, I look for what I bought when Luna was 6 months. And then that's how I tell her, you should get this, you should get that. Because we forget.
And 6 months ago is too long, because now things have just like, anyways. But that's,
look at have you seen the stroller that it's a car seat and you just take it out of the car seat?
No.
Out of the car and it's a pop-up stroller? No. So much easier.
That would have helped me back in the day.
So talking about back in the day, this is the last one. It's called the old school mom. So the kids behave, they know the rules, the grades have to be up there. They're very responsible kids. These parents, these moms have really high expectations. They're the ones that come with the mentality that, no, my kid is not my friend. That's my son. It's my daughter. It's more a little bit, I would say, like maybe una división, no? The mother and friend, they have more control of the situations, these moms. But I do believe that, I don't know, I'm definitely not an old school mom. I could have some
traits.
Old traits, yes. But obviously, I want my kids to behave and know the rules and have great grades. But yeah, not so much pressure. Also, depending on the age of the kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I don't think I'm there yet. We'll see if we'll be an old school mom when they're in middle school.
So which mom are you guys? Let's go again over the list. Helicopter mom, crunchy granola, the free range mom, the do-it-all mom, the fun mom, the laid-back mom, the hot mess mom, or the first-time mom, or the old school mom. Why don't you leave us some comments on our Instagram, which is Mama's Dad Playground. We would love to hear.
I want to hear comments from other ladies to see if they got a kick out of these like terms of like crunchy granola.
All right, so we're gonna go now. What's your takeaway from the episode?
Hug your moms. If your moms are still around, if you've got a good mom that's actually been there for you, she's supported you, so on. Whoever that is, it could be an aunt that played the role of a mom, or it could be your sister that played the role of the mom for you and she helped you. Give those ladies a big hug.
And the grandmas that are taking care of your kids while you go to work, while you have date night. And one thing I did want to mention, I just want to tell people out there, stop asking this question of when are you going to have babies? When are you going to have a second baby? Because that puts so much pressure on us as women. When you meet somebody, when are you make it official? When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? When are you going to have a second kid? Are you going to have a third kid? And you don't know what these women are going through. It could be, infertility, or probably they're having situations with their spouse and they're not ready to have another kid. or they just don't want. There's some women that don't want to be moms. So
Yeah, and that's okay.
and that's totally fine. So it's a matter of respect and boundaries. And that's a question that I don't feel should be asked unless that woman, gives the information voluntarily. And so with that said, I wanted to leave with this thing. I wanted to say that no matter what type of mom you are, of the list that we just shared with you, know that you're doing a great job. As long as your kids are receiving love, you're doing a great job. And you want to read this quote that I found and I love?
Of course. This is from Jill Churchill. Is she related to...
No,
No?
not Winston.
Winston
No,
Churchill.
she's an American author.
Okay, I was going to say, is it? Oh, that sounds familiar. Anyways, it says, there is no way to be the perfect mother, but a million ways to be a good one. And trust me, because I know I used to complain about my mom certain things when I was a teenager. And all those complaints, I look at it and I say, they were all perfect.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, Mama knows best.
Mama knows
So
best.
with that
Yeah.
said, we love you, moms. Have a great, great Mother's Day. All of you mamas out
Happy
there.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
Bye.